History and Headlocks. Class is in session.
And we are back, everybody. And holy shit, what a 24 hours it's been over here on the East Coast for everybody here in New York City. I mean, what did Noah show up and everybody had to gather two of every animal?
Uh, yeah, my God, that was some crazy rain, huh?
I mean, are we surprised at this point at anything that happens here?
It's funny. Like, remember the other day in the chat, we were setting stuff about the nasty skies and the diarrhea epidemic going on right now. Well,
Yeah.
June is such a lovely month for New York, right? You had the Knicks winning, you had the Puerto Rican Day Parade. What else happened? The start of the World Cup. So everybody was like, "Oh my God, amazing summer! This is great." Then comes July.
It sounds like you're saying that with the Knicks win the title, it's like everything bad now has to happen.
Right? It's like, all right, we got the good stuff out the way. Now we got to balance it with the real bad stuff, which is like smoky air that you can't breathe in, a parasite destroying everyone's stomach. The weather has been super hot again. Then we're getting these torrential rainfalls. Like, do we live in Florida? What's going
At this point, like this is like New Florida, not New York, just New
on?
Florida.
Florida. Pretty much. I mean, there were even tornado warnings.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
we only got a flash flood warning yesterday, and then you see on social media just streets that like don't even look like streets anymore. Sidewalk. It's like
No.
ponds, rivers,
Yeah,
oceans.
you gotta swim to your destination.
The local mall that's over by us just was flooded.
Was it really?
Yeah,
In the center?
the Queen Center Mall. Yeah,
Ooh, man. I didn't.
yeah,
Oh, it's the underground level, right?
yeah.
Wow. Man, I was thinking about, oh, maybe I'll after we finish recording, I'll take a little trip there. Yeah, okay.
Mind you, if you look outside, nice and sunny, nothing wrong.
Right, the day after literally the calm after the storm, right?
It's
Nice
insane.
and sunny.
And meanwhile, if we kind of put this in terms of the world of wrestling, it was like, oh, like WWE's running MSG. Let's try and fuck it up.
Oh boy, yeah. And what's crazy is that I know no matter what the weather was, people went out. They went to the Fanatics Fest, right?
hmm
They still went to MSG.
They still nothing stopped anybody.
No, not at all. Nothing. Listen, with the prices they paid, I'm sure they were like, it could be freaking fires all over the place. We still going out there because I spent good money.
I can only imagine the people that cosplayed that looked at the weather and said, "Uh oh."
Yeah, I know.
Because some of them, I give a lot of credit to all the cosplayers who go all out on their thing on their outfits. Like I think we saw it in our chat that somebody dressed up as Stephanie Vicaire in like ring gear,
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow, like okay, like showing those cheeks.
much more than Stephanie does.
I was about to,
I was like,
yeah,
girl.
I was like, I didn't want to be like that person,
No,
but I could be. I was like, nice,
fact. Oh, the girl was gorgeous.
yeah,
She pulled off the look perfectly.
right.
Not everybody can pull off an outfit like that. Stephanie being one of the very few, and this girl, whoever she is, nailed it. She
Props
looked
to
great.
her.
She looked great.
Yeah,
She looked incredible. But
I
I
mean,
know that feeling.
I mean, shit, it'd be something if we were cosplaying at one of these events.
I mean, I've only cosplayed twice in my life, and both times, the weather was shit in the beginning. And I'm like, really, like this sucks because you put your outfit on, and sometimes you don't feel your most comfortable because it's not
hmm
regular clothes that you're wearing. For it to be windy, rainy, cold, or humid, especially humid, it's just a pain in the ass.
I gotta ask, what'd you dress up as?
The first time I was Wonder Woman.
Okay, yeah.
Second time I was Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more for it was more for a
You're kind of giving off a Belle vibe now. Does that make me the
What's
Beast?
up? You're the beast. You're the beast of our podcast, and I'm the beauty.
Oh, yeah, that'd be the perfect dynamic to explain to people. And I kind of had a follow up because last time we talked about like sequels and all that fun stuff with the movies.
Yeah,
Found out that there's gonna be a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie coming out soon.
get the hell out of here! I didn't know that.
Yeah, and funny enough, I found out that that's the one franchise that really hasn't had a sequel in a while.
Yeah, I think the last one, I mean, I don't even think it counts as a sequel, but wasn't it Freddy versus Jason? I don't think they've done a Nightmare on Elm Street since that he was featured in that.
I feel like they did maybe in 2010, maybe or maybe before that.
I don't know. I've lost. There's so many remakes you lose track.
I mean, yeah,
'Cause I know Halloween has had a ton of reboots.
right.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, I did say a point that not for nothing. When you talk about superhero movies and horror movies, there's always a newer version for the next generation of
Oh
people
yeah,
growing
absolutely.
up.
You know, absolutely. I'm here for it.
I mean, you're a horror buff?
Big horror buff. Love my horror movies.
You're a Nightmare on Elm Street girl?
Um, Not my favorite. I do prefer Halloween over Nightmare on Elm Street. But God, those movies did mess my head up as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. Freddy, I actually did have a nightmare with Freddy as a kid.
Really?
Really, yeah. It's when you're 6, 7 years old and you see this creepy, burnt looking creature zombie man with these crazy claws and the way he just the kills in the movie were so sick at the time.
Yeah. I mean,
Really.
it's funny looking back on like at least the first one where like at the ending scene, and I'm not like a spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't
Oh,
watched it.
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, yeah, like,
20-year-old
but
movie here.
but the ending where like the mother gets dragged through the window and it's obviously
Yes.
like a blow up doll that gets thrown, like,
You know, it's
pulled through the
hilarious.
door.
I think one of
Yeah,
my favorite kills though is when he drags Johnny Depp through the bed and then the blood just comes splurting out.
I think that's probably one of the better
And
horror
then it
scenes.
just hits the roof. I mean the ceiling. I'm like, what? I remember like, Johnny.
Yeah, and then I mean we talk about the weather stuff. I mean we talk about pop culture stuff. I mean a lot of stuff I've been catching up on. I don't know if you're aware of Kai Cenat,
Kaisana.
the
What is that?
streamer.
That sounds familiar.
He he's kind of in the same vein of like Ice Show Speed and like
Yeah.
Logan Paul, like those types of guys.
Right.
But he's been doing the streamer university thing, so like all streamers like under one university, like all doing streaming type stuff, just like building up numbers, trying to help each other out.
Right.
It's the most chaotic fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Because it's people just fighting, people doing pranks,
Oh.
and people getting hurt,
People just for the views.
all for views, and this also just shows you that the younger generation is very fucked. Like I feel bad for my nephew because he's gonna have to grow up with a lot of this stuff, and he already wants to be a YouTuber. So that's like one of those like, oh Jesus, here we go. He
Yeah.
keeps constantly asking me about where's my channel. Like he wants to subscribe, and like, that's a good thing. But it's also like he's 6 years old, and it's like we're not doing this.
So cute though.
I know.
Yeah. We gotta focus on your education, buddy.
Exactly. And also too is like when these kids are now getting all this money and they just do stupid shit with it. It's not
No. Exactly.
get
And
to
when they
buy all
fall
these
off, what are
get
they
to
gonna
buy all
do?
these cars and houses and these stupid places.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, like I said, once they fall off, what's gonna happen then?
It's a
When the
it's a,
next big streamer comes and takes over.
it's a scary fall off for some of them who don't know how to
Yeah.
handle it.
Like, do you not know how to invest your money? Invest your money, create something that's physical.
And maybe this is in relation to our topic for today, but hot take: streamers shouldn't be making money or making tons of money that they can spend on nonsense.
Crazy. And if you're gonna be streaming, make it something beneficial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because being on not working, I haven't been working for over a year, obviously full time. So I find a lot of YouTubers, streamers that focus on finding work or creating income
Yeah.
streams. And like they will last forever because people always need money.
Right.
And people always pursue how to make money. So as long as they keep coming up with ideas of how to make money or where to find a job, their channels will be on forever. And
And,
they'll be making bank off of that.
and it's just one of those things where you play. Like, unfortunately, like you don't have a job, but you find yourself doing other stuff,
Right.
mainly on social media. But it's not your main source of income. But it's just
Exactly.
also that people use that as a crutch to, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 or work a 8 to 4, whatever shift they want to do. I'd rather sit home on my ass and
I
make
mean,
money off the
listen,
internet.
if I could, I would.
No, yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, the
Shit.
amount of money people make off fucking OnlyFans, I
Listen.
think that's when it all went to shit. Once
Yeah.
OnlyFans was started, it went downhill.
I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that avenue, but not that direction. I want like what I'm working on is educational and supportive and stuff like stuff that I know that people will come to time and time again.
Right.
I'm not sitting around doing bullshit, stupid shit just to get the eyes on my account.
And I'm not
I'm
saying all of them. I'm saying there's actually some of them that use some platforms for beneficiary
exactly.
reasons, like
And
like advice. Like
exactly.
there's other things to do than just showing off. Like, oh, look how fat my ass is, or like how big my
It's
tits are. Like, like
right. Look at my feet.
something stupid.
It's so weird. Yep.
But yeah, this is History and Headlocks, the wrestling show that we take a dive back into the world of wrestling, good and bad. Let's step into our classroom, everybody, because today, oh boy, we are having hot takes, everybody, hot takes.
Oh yeah.
And I think I learned in the past week that some people just don't understand what a hot take is.
Apparently.
But I mean, how would you describe a hot take for
So a hot
for the people that don't understand?
so look right into the camera. So a hot take is an opinion that you may have about a certain topic that's extremely unpopular. You know that if you say this out loud, people are going to roast you for it. They're going to disagree, they're going to fight with you, they're going to argue. But you stand on that hill and you die on it. Plain and simple.
That was probably the best use of this program we've had so far on this episode.
Teaching people what a hot take is.
Because I'm not gonna call people out. I'm not that type of person.
No, no, no.
But when I read your take and it comes off as a question, that's not not a hot take.
Not
You're asking for my opinion or our opinion. A
right.
hot take is something that you have rolling around in your brain, and you say, you know what, I feel strongly about this, and that's what we're going to be doing today.
Absolutely.
And I think we can agree, or at least say that when it came down to this topic, there was a lot of like hard searches for like basic or like notable wrestling hot takes, but
Yes.
because again, everybody has their opinion, so it's all gonna be different.
Exactly.
And there's not one hot take that really stood out to us, honestly. That where it's like, okay, like we could use this, but it's a better sense of we open it up to the audience.
Yes.
So for anybody that follows our socials at History and Headlocks and on the Facebook page and Instagram, we did open it up,
Hmm.
and we're gonna go through them today, and maybe as we go through, we have our own hot takes that we want to share, or let that be known to our audience. So maybe when you see us in public, first off, don't harass us and don't bother us with
Yeah.
this. But if you want to have constructive conversation, we could do that maybe.
Hmm.
But and I'm going to also give the reins to Ari because she is the one that'll be sharing or at least explaining or telling us what these hot takes are and I will have a blind reaction to them. So this will be especially entertaining.
Oh yeah.
So Ari, take it away.
All right. So let's just knock out the ice cold takes that we got because a lot of people kind of have the same consensus, and I don't think I even have to say what it is because it's pretty obvious. But several people submitted their hot take as that the WWE product sucks right now. That's not a hot take in my opinion.
Thank you for watching, everybody. It's just, I mean, hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were also to phrase it as maybe, if you were to say like AEW is really hot, is hotter than WWE right now, like maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. Well, if you were to say WWE is more entertaining than AEW, that's like okay. Why?
Right. Exactly. At this point.
What do you like about the current product from WWE aside from? Well, no, what do you like about them then instead of AEW?
Exactly.
I mean, some people actually like shit and like the taste of it.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
people who still are in that WWE bubble that don't want to. They refuse to watch AEW for whatever reason. I'm like, just watch it. You know.
yeah.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
do have one. I'm sorry. One hot take that someone said was it says that WWE sucks, and maybe I should start watching AEW. Like, they're telling you
uh,
from bro, watch it.
yeah, but again, I wouldn't say that's a hot take. That's more of just
Not
like saying a thought out loud.
information. Yeah,
Like I don't like this. Maybe I should watch something else.
yeah. But that's just where everybody sits. Like one person was like, "It's hot garbage right now."
Hmm.
I was like, "Whew," Let me see where else do I see. One other person it phrased it differently where she said, "I wish WWE will listen to the fans. We know what we want to see." Another one, not so much of a hot take, very factual, because we do. We know what we want to see, and you're not giving it to us.
Yeah.
At least the majority of us.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of people like people give Brian Alvarez shit. I mean, that's not nothing new, but it was one of those ones
Right?
this week where they're like he was given constructive criticism on certain things,
Mhm.
but and he called them like he said like the white knights that like say like oh nothing's wrong here, you just are a hater, blah blah blah. But
Right.
like maybe let's morph it into this. People with criticisms of wrestling shouldn't watch anymore.
No, that's a crazy hot take.
How else would you phrase it?
Because just because people are criticizing it doesn't mean that they shouldn't watch it anymore.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, if you watch
that's
something, you should just watch it and just enjoy it, not
yeah,
really
but like
say like, "Oh, like this looks stupid," or
yeah, but think about it. When you're watching like baseball and your team is not winning,
as a
they're
Met
on a
fan,
losing
I know the feeling. But go on.
right. Like you're gonna criticize the team, right? But you're not gonna just be like, I shouldn't. People shouldn't be like, well, then stop watching the Mets play or stop watching the Yankees play. You're gonna still watch it because you're a fan and
We,
you're in that place where you
we
want
should
that
never
one.
fire a GM or trade all these players that suck.
Right. You can sit there and be like, yo, this player, man, he fucking sucks. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. This whole team as a whole, the manager is a fucking shithead. But you're still gonna watch because you're gonna want to one day see them make that turnaround.
Yeah,
So I know a lot of people who like right now me, I like you as a wrestling fan. Yeah, I took a break from watching WWE because it's just unbearable for me. But I want to see them make a turnaround again. I want to see them get hot again. I want to see them actually do like our lovely Tatiana said. Listen to the fans.
yeah. And also, wasn't there one? I thought I saw this comment on the post, but
Yeah.
didn't somebody make a comment about the bra and panties matches? That like the bra and panties matches are more entertaining than the modern women's wrestling.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Who said that? Where was that on
I think
Facebook?
I, I think it was Instagram. I saw somebody say something in that vein, which I felt that is a hot take.
Super fucking hot take. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Nothing about those matches are entertaining. Are you kidding me?
women in their 20s taking their clothes off is better than watching them mat wrestle
No.
do high flying maneuvers.
No, not at all, bro. Ooh, ooh, not at all. Hold on. Now I gotta go to the post.
Oh God! Now you have to find the person, then block them.
Curse them out.
Yeah.
You
I,
misogynistic.
I, I know it was in passing, but that was just how it came off too.
Gotta find her account now. So,
Oh God! By the way, just so everybody knows that we've been having account issues, so it's kind of
yes, I'm actually on the browser right now because for some reason my app isn't loading. And if anybody else has that issue and figured out how to fix it, please let me know.
let us know in the comments too, please.
yes,
That'd be very helpful.
yes, please, 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 because
Because
my
if you
lord,
have an issue with your social media and you get logged out of it and you have to constantly log back in, I don't think that's
it's,
our problem. I think it's the app's problem.
something's going on and it's driving me nuts.
Right.
Driving me nuts
And you know what the
because
funny thing is, Ari, is like I feel like there's like comments you tell me there's like on the post and like I don't see it, and then it's like you show me,
right,
so that's like one of those things. Like I think I saw this comment and it doesn't show for you for some weird reason.
yes, and there were things that if you were being collaborated to a post, you couldn't see it. You
Yeah, it's
remember
like
that?
it's so
That
weird.
you were having that issue? Like, yeah, all right, I'm in it now. Okay, let's see. Okay, do 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 do. uh, because we won't go. We're going to get down to this. Yeah, yeah.
We offended Ari, so now she's gonna go and find the offender.
Yes, I don't see it.
Again, like, it was probably like a passing comment, one of those long statements people were making.
It sound like maybe they made it and deleted it.
Maybe
They sounded. They
they probably
sounded.
realized, oh shit, did I write that? And just said, never mind.
Because yeah, I don't see it. Definitely do not see it. I do see there's one comment on Facebook but that could have been me trying to get people to comment. That's it. But all right, hopefully whoever posted that comment deleted it because he realized that he sounded like an asshole.
I mean, but that's the point of this episode is
Yeah.
to talk about the hot takes, and that is a hot take.
Super hot take.
I mean, it's sexist. That's definitely
Right.
the main contingent of this hot take is that
Exactly.
you'd rather see women be half naked than see them perform a wrestling match.
Exactly. Like, hello. Not cool, buddy. Not
Yeah.
cool. And if it was a woman who said it, same thing. Not cool, lady. Not cool.
I mean, if a woman is like sexually
Not
attracted to said woman,
It's the
maybe
same thing. No, no, it's the same situation. Like you as a woman, whether you're sexually attracted to a woman, if you say a comment that a man would get, you know,
roasted for.
freaking roasted for, you should be getting roasted too because you as a woman should know better than that.
I just want to clarify too. I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here. I don't advocate a lot of this nonsense, but it's just like there has to be a dynamic between us. It's like oh yeah, like I want to see the titties and and the ass. Fuck the wrestler. But
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
any other hot takes that
All right.
people
Yeah.
proposed?
So yeah, we got a couple from our favorite referee Angel. He sent me two hot takes. And the first one is a lot of wrestlers believe in their own hype, feel entitled to be positioned in a higher status of the company.
Yeah,
I think he's coming from experience. I think with that one.
yeah. I was about to say, is he calling out anybody specific or?
I want to be like, dude, really? Ooh.
But I mean, like you and me have been to live shows, like
Mhm.
indie shows,
Oh,
and we could get that vibe off people where they feel like they're the bigger, like they feel like they're the star attraction. They're the reason these people are here.
right. Absolutely.
Where
They believe their own hype.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it could be a godsend for them because they could
Mhm.
go on to bigger and better things. But then
Sure.
it doesn't work. You just see them work a regular job or then just quit wrestling entirely and just say yeah,
Right.
it never worked.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I feel like that's a general statement, but that I will say that is acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other one?
The other one is a lot of American wrestling fans complain and swear to know it all. While out of the country, fans simply enjoy wrestling and entertainment without the complaining and having to know it all.
That's true.
That's a very true statement.
Not, I mean, not for nothing. Like, how many times have you and me been on like cutting a promo or do like something with other creators, and when we talk about crowds outside the U.S., they blow us out the water. Like they just have fun. They do chants. They just don't give. They don't care. Well,
They're
not
so
really, but they don't. Like, they're not caring. Like in the sense of like we're just gonna go there for our fun. It's just that
yeah.
we love what we see, regardless
They're,
of what the hell it is.
and it's not just wrestling fans. I mean, you see it now with the soccer fans, right?
Oh my god, yes.
My God, like they're just so immersed in the moment while watching the matches or the game or whatever it is that they are attending. It's just they just immerse themselves. They just forget about the world around them and just they're in it. They're in that moment. They're not looking for things to nitpick about intentionally. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas,
And those games could get intense where people go like crazy with like
yes,
anxiousness because it's like either your country or if your favorite team's not winning or like they're up by like whatever the circumstances is.
I mean,
It's
we have definitely seen some negative stuff come out of the World Cup with the fans, especially from the Southern Hemisphere. Uh,
yeah,
uh, but yeah, I mean, they maybe I'm sure there are a lot of American fans that will take offense to what Angel said.
yeah.
So, no, we're not. Oh
I mean, not for nothing. I would love to be in those crowds.
my god,
I
especially
mean,
the
it'd be very
yeah.
scary at first, but it'd be like, fuck it. If you get like, into it and they just like say, hey, get in here with us, it's like, okay, thank you.
Uh, I mean, I will always say that one of my favorite wrestling crowds that I was ever in was in Toronto for
Mm.
WrestleMania X8. Like that crowd was so electric from start to finish, and I can't tell you how many times we did the wave. They love doing the wave in Canada. That and it was a Sky Dome or whatever it's called now. So imagine that whole like 70,000 people just doing it in sync. It was perfect and just they were just so into the show and oh I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, but especially when the whole Hogan and Rock match came on and
I was
the
about to
way
say, you guys gave birth to another Hogan run.
my god the way that crowd just like all together it's like they had it in sync like all 70,000 people were like on some kind of forum like we gotta cheer for Hogan like it was crazy like it all just happened so seamlessly. Meanwhile me and my friend are sitting there like what the hell's going on. We were so
The
shocked.
phrase they always use, "Bizarro World," is always thrown out. You were
Yes.
definitely in Bizarro World that
It
night.
definitely felt it definitely feel like that was like my first encounter with fans not going along with the script
Yeah,
and saying this is not what we want, this is what we want, we're gonna get it, and they actually ran with it.
right.
They would never do that today.
What do you mean?
WWE like just go with what the fans are how the fans are responding. They'll try to force feed the fans what they want the fans to cheer for.
Like they'll give a reaction like, "Oh, like that's funny and interesting," but it's meanwhile it's like, "No
Right.
assholes! Like this is what we want."
I mean, people are booing Cody, but they're still pushing Cody as the big face, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, any more hot takes from our socials?
Yeah, I'll give you. Okay, so one person submitted two. One was about WWE and TKO, but the second one, I mean, to me, it's not a hot take because I'm in full agreement on it. Don't know how you would feel, but he says that Razor Ramon and Roddy Piper both should have been world champions.
Agreed. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
they were robbed there. I mean,
absolutely.
how about I one up you on that one? Shawn Michaels should have never been world champion until 2002.
Ooh, that's a super hot take.
I mean, you don't. I wouldn't reward that bad behavior of that man from the '90s. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh, I should be making more money. I'm more talented. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
Oh, now I see the yeah, you're right. It was
some
it was
yeah.
That was my friend Phil. I'll kick his ass for that one. But you know what? Let me either get okay. I see. Wait. Okay. So here's the full hot take that he said. About, sorry to interrupt and go back. But
Yeah.
he wrote, I think WWE should focus on poaching more female talent from AEW because AEW has some super talented women and WWE has about 10, 5 of which are on NXT. So WWE either even tag them, either get some more top tier female talent or go back to the bra and panties matches because I'm beyond bored of their half ass wrestling and Liv Morgan's ugly ass cell face where her mouth opens like a yawning cat. I'm over it.
Ooh, I know what short's gonna be made after this one.
I mean,
Oof.
I disagree that they should be poaching wrestlers from AEW. Let them stay. You know what I'm saying? Like you
I
have
mean, if
women.
you, oh, yeah, carry on.
Well, I think about it. Look at so it's true. The roster, the women's roster in NXT, stopped. These girls are amazing.
Yeah,
Continue building them up.
yeah,
Continue building them up, bringing them up, and actually making them solid contenders on the main rosters wherever they land. You
but
have you have so many they're homegrown basically at this point.
yeah, all of them are all of them are like athletes or from like sports backgrounds, Olympic backgrounds, all that nonsense.
Some indie,
But then you also wind up with like your Tiffany Strands, who you get SGL or SGT slaughters of clips, and you realize that a lot of these people are not really diehard wrestling fans. So,
exactly. Yeah,
but then let me
dip into the indie scene. You just did with Reina Volcan, formerly Nikki Blackheart. Go in the indie scene because there's plenty of great women wrestling in the indie scene right now that deserve it.
it's funny you mentioned that because me and Jay did we did wrestling rundown, and that was one of the topics where we talked about like the name change and the way you said it is probably what you would want them to say it, but in our
Right.
heads it's like, oh, like they're gonna just say Reign of Vulcan.
Reina Vulcan, right.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Like they're
And
not
it's
gonna put
like,
an emphasis on like, oh, it's supposed to
or
be
gone.
right.
Right. Like, are the commentators going to do that? I mean, I don't know. I don't watch NXT, so I don't know how they've been saying her name now that she has announced it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But in terms of poaching women from AEW, listen, AEW's women's roster is strong. It's strong.
Yes.
They do have a great, I mean, right. Collision main evented with Queen Aminata
Sheeta.
and Sheeta, you know? Like these women are killing it. And why would they leave? What they have something great going on to go to WWE and probably sit on the sidelines like Jordan Grace.
I don't know. I mean, well, one, if you're Jordan Grace and you're having some instant regret, maybe right now, that's understandable. Because if you're not really doing anything, you hindsight could be something 2020. Maybe Tony Khan is booking you a little better and you have more TV time. But then, if let's say you work for WWE and you have and Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander and like Hikaru Shida, like if they're available and their contracts are up, if you're WWE, are you not trying to say like, hey, come over here, we'll offer you this?
They're gonna try. They're gonna try. Obviously they're gonna try, but
Right.
at the same time it's like just make your own freaking stars already.
I mean,
You
and
know
that's what they're doing.
you have NXT and you're like, oh, NXT, then use NXT. That's supposed to be your farm. Use it.
Right.
Stop signing people.
And by the way, well, that's not saying too like AEW should not like AEW should be signing like a Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's a free agent, sign him.
Right.
Shit, yeah, she needs to go. She needs to be signed. She needs to do whatever her and Leo Rush are doing on socials. That needs to be brought into the AEW. I think that's so fascinating.
Right. I mean, also too is like we'll move on with the hot takes, but it's like if you want to hear more of us talk about the modern stuff, stay tuned on the channel for that type of stuff.
Yeah, baby.
But so I want to go back to like my hot take was that Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels should have never been world champion until 2002.
Tell me what compels you to say this?
Because I mean, when you think about his world title wins, I mean, you think of the one at WrestleMania after that 1 hour nonsense, and just his whole reign was pretty much lackluster. I mean, everybody should go watch his match with Mankind at Mind Games because that was probably the
Hmm.
best match of the run. But then, other than that, you just see him be a bully to Vader, just have a pretty much a hardcore match with his best friend Kevin Nash before he leaves for leaves for WCW,
Right.
and then the title reign where he dropped it to Steve Austin. It's just one of those ones where like he was barely around. He was obviously not doing the best backstage, so it was like, why give this guy the world title?
Mm.
And maybe like storyline wise, it would have made sense for like, especially like in 2002 when he made his comeback, because Triple H had the world title at that point. It's like
Right.
Sean, like I was your buddy for all these years, and I did the one thing that you couldn't do for all those years, that you stole the show, and then he wins the world title in MSG.
Yeah, valid. Valid point.
Because I mean, when you look back at the roster at that time, Rick Rude, Mister Perfect, Roddy
Mm-hmm.
Piper, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
those guys that were upper like mid card heels that were working with the top baby faces should have had a goddamn chance.
Especially someone of like Rick Rude's caliber. Dude had it all.
Right.
Dude had a dope gimmick for the time, right? You know, great look, talented, could cut promos left and right. He was a total package. And why he was never given the world title,
I'll never
it's
know.
I'll never know. We'll never know. It's so unfortunate. But yeah, the same thing. Same thing with Mr. Perfect. Like he was at the same level as Brett and Sean. He should have been world champion.
Hell, even at his height early on, the $1 Million Man, Ted
Yeah.
DiBiase could have been world champion.
I mean, they did that weird thing where he bought the belt.
I sell World Tag Team Championship to Ted DiBiase.
Why not just let him win it? Because Ted DiBiase, fantastic wrestler as well. Great gimmick. I mean, come on, that gimmick and that theme song, fantastic.
But the storyline, if you want to have like a heel go into Mania, the heel that buys off all his challengers,
Right.
and then the one babyface that says, "No, I don't want the money. I want the belt."
Yeah, I mean that would have been so great. Like he bought his way into the title. They should have just kept it. Like they should have just ran with that.
I mean, Dusty Rhodes could have been WWE champion. I know later on he'd be like he's NWA champion, but it's
Oh, you're
like,
right. Dusty could have been champion.
but it's also like when you think like I always say Rick Rude should be WWF champion because I know when he went to WCW he did hold the big gold belt, but I think
Beautiful on him.
I mean it looks great on him, but it's just that it was like a couple years too late. I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
And for
agree.
God's sakes, Mr. Perfect, the guy that says he's perfect at fucking everything is not the world champion.
Exactly. Like that would have been the icing on the cake for the gimmick. We'd be like, look at me now, I'm world champion. Absolutely perfect, right?
I mean, and you mentioned in the comment Roddy Piper, for the love of God, the
I
biggest
know.
heel in the company.
And still was able to be one of the biggest faces of the company.
And I think like everybody's gonna bring up like politics aside, like maybe that hurt Piper too because I know he tended to not lose a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe that was a thing too.
I mean, a world champion.
Yeah,
One
they
of
gave him
the
the Intercontinental. And he put Brett over, but I mean, it's one of those things of
big favorite matches.
yeah. But Razor Ramon too, one of the
That's a
bigger missed opportunities.
huge missed opportunity. I mean, are you kidding me? Scott Hall should have been world champion.
Yeah, when you think about the main four of the Click, that Hunter, Sean, and Kevin were
Yeah,
all world champions, and he wasn't
he wasn't when he was probably
the most
head and
over.
shoulders above some of them. Yeah, come on.
Ring wise too, he was an expert in the ring.
Yeah, dude was great dude was great. He knew the psychology of wrestling very well.
Yeah,
Took that gimmick and ran with it. I mean, come on.
yeah. I mean, another hot take: the WWE purchasing WCW ruined professional wrestling.
Absolutely agree.
Because I mean, for the longest time they were the second option, and you just took it away.
Yeah, like it was cool at first because it was like, holy crap, it actually happened. But then it was like, okay, now what?
I mean, later on we would get Ring of Honor, but that's not like months down the line.
But you know that, but the blessing in disguise is that because of that, there were these promotions that popped up. Ring of Honor, TNA. A lot of people started focusing on the indie scene, you know, across the country. Started focusing on the overseas wrestling, like in Japan, Mexico, Europe. So that opened doors for that. It's just, but here, it, on televised TV, it was very hard to really stay dedicated to anything because you didn't have, like you said, there's no competition, so therefore they're not even trying.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if like WWE, if they would have stayed around, would have eventually been like a new TNA, like where like they do small local, like I know that like the plan was for them to go locate in Vegas and do like a small sound studio over there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, TNA definitely took that spot.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, they're still around. I mean, they're barely holding on, but they're still around. You know,
it's the cockroach that never dies.
basically, as always, you think, okay, I think it's done, and then it comes crawling out of a hole, and you're like, oh shoot, damn, okay,
It's the promotion of 9 lives.
yeah, and it's crazy because they have such a great roster. It's just they don't. I don't know what the disconnect is because you know these guys are great, these girls are great, they all put on fantastic matches, but there's something lacking there.
It's a mainstay that they build from the ground up to be their face. They tried with AJ and fucking AJ left. Joe left. Daniels left.
Yeah.
Look at the last couple of years. Jordan Grace left. Joe Hendry left. Mike Santana just left.
Just the last couple of months. I mean, people are
I mean now
quitting.
like Ricky Sosa's the next guy to
People
be
are
the face, and then eventually he's gonna go.
Eric Young just put in his request to be released. You know, like they're quitting. They're not leaving because their contracts are up and they decided to move on. They're just like, get me out of my contract now. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and for some of them, it's just because they have no other place to go. Trey Miguel got fucked out of his AEW deal, so what's now go back
I
to the
know.
TNA.
Freaking Warner, man. Like, mind your damn business. He was a child when he said those things. Jesus.
I mean, the same thing with AEW with the Jay Briscoe situation. They never let
Yeah.
him be on TV.
I mean, good lord, it's not like they said it like in the last year. Things that were said when they were kids. It was stupid. Yes, it was stupid what they said. It was ridiculous what they said. Almost said the other R word. Sorry, ridiculous what they said. But they've grown. They've literally grown up.
You would have given Jay some work because he had a word that bleeped you.
He would have been canceled for that one. Come on, sorry. But you know, but it's a valid feeling because it's like, come on, man. Anyway, yeah. So
Because I mean, if WWE never bought WCW, Booker T would have never made the jump. DDP would never, maybe not be like. It's all also hypotheticals because
yeah,
if
it's hard to
WCW kept living and they would have said, you know what, let's get rid of the big money contracts that we have. So like a Hogan, a
yeah.
Nash, a Hall, like, and they stay like to the Goldbergs, the Scott Steiners, whoever was on top of that time, the young Core Lance Storm, Rey Mysterio. Like a lot of those guys could have stayed, and then your new crop of like a AJ, a
Mhm.
Joe, like
Well,
Daniels, like
yeah.
a lot of those guys could have been. Like WCW could still be a thing today.
And it's crazy because when you think about it, AJ and Daniels actually did dabble in WCW for a little bit,
Yeah,
you know, very briefly. But I mean, yeah, you don't know, like, if you don't know what turn WCW could have taken. It could have made some, you know, internal changes that would have improved the company as a whole, or they could have just flopped on their own over time. Like we don't know. We don't know if Vince McMahon didn't interfere in that, where they could have gone. A lot of those wrestlers could have eventually gone to WWE on their own, and not just because they got bought out. You know,
right.
could have eventually seen Booker T make that change. You know,
Yeah, like maybe, like eventually,
that
like
was difficult to
like
be honest.
the trend of like the WWE guys that would went to TNA could have
Hmm.
been, hey, like eventually, if like Kurt Angle, if WCW is still around, Kurt Angle could have been going to WCW instead of a TNA.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah,
Christian Cage could have gone to WCW.
yeah, they would have. They could have still been. It still would have been very, 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 very popular and very much a rivalry had they stayed around.
Exactly. It
I
would
don't
have
know.
been a distant too, but you know what? At least it would have been a solid
Yeah,
second option for the next couple of years after
yeah,
that point.
because we know that no matter what, wrestling comes in waves. So
Yeah. And eventually, you knew like the big names, like the NWO guys would go to the WWE once again over time. But then again, if WCW were to stick to their core and just not get bought out, I mean, for all we know, they could have just went under.
right, they could have just flopped on their own and just closed the doors by their own decision instead of being bought. So I mean,
A lazy booked invasion angle.
yeah, something. I don't know. We'll never know.
What else you got? You got any others?
All right. So another one I got. Um, Goldberg should have been fired a long time ago.
Jesus.
I think he was pretty reckless and unsafe to work with. He ruined Hitman's career, and a few wrestlers talked about how unsafe he was to work with, suffering broken bones and other injuries. I mean, you know how I feel about that.
And I knew, which is why I'm gonna be very cautious of what I say next. But because I mean, hot take: the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart feud is overrated.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just two guys that just had a personal beef with each other. It's not just like
I
oh,
mean,
like I
yeah.
mean,
You look back and you're like, I mean, they were two guys. They were both, on the top of their game. They were just trying to get that top spot. They were trying to be the last man standing. So yeah, nothing,
one guy's from Canada, the other one's from Texas.
nothing spectacular at the end of the day. The matches were great, but it was hot at the time. But looking back, we've seen more scandalous stuff happen since then.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a hot take.
that's a hot take, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a hot take because a lot of people would be like, "What?"
Yeah, like some people like look on that feud as like, oh, that's the feud that got me into wrestling. But I look at it, I'm like, it's just two fucking grown men being babies
I
and
mean, for me,
just displaying it on TV.
like having lived it, like it was really great until it became exhausting. Like how many insults are we gonna hurl at each other that are really like true digs, especially when Sean did the whole Sunny Days thing, and it's like, meanwhile you're the one that was banging Sunny while Chris
Right.
Candido watched or whatever he was doing in the other room being a cuck, and then it's like they say every accusation is a confession. That's what he did. And then
Right.
Brett had to go home and get reamed by his wife about it.
Yeah.
Like this is like what's going on? What's the truth? Our son is at school getting bullied now. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was a lot of consequences behind
She
throwing that.
she she pulled Ricky and was like, Brad, you got some explaining to do.
Exactly.
And
Like
then
Sean didn't think about that.
like, I don't know what
Brett's like,
I don't know what he.
he's the one that's banging her, not me.
I mean, Brad was banging somebody else, but it wasn't Sonny's. But that's a different story.
Right. Totally different. We know Brett,
But
but
it
I
was one
know.
of those weird situations where Brad was like, "No, I wasn't banging her. I was banging somebody." Oh shit! It's like, oops.
My bad.
But yeah,
So
I mean,
any thoughts?
it's one of those feuds where you just look back and just say, like, okay, maybe one or two good matches, but it's also one of those feuds where it's just it never. I mean, it was always hyped up for like like these great promos, right? And just this incredible chemistry. They had chemistry, but it was just in the wrong fucking way of like like you do these fucking girly magazines, and I'm supposed to be scared of you. And then,
Yeah,
then Sean's crying in the corner because he's like, "Oh, I did give me permission to say that." It's like, "Oh God."
yeah. It was a tough spot because it was just so much going on behind the scenes that put a damper on it completely. When you know what's going on behind the scenes, you're like, oh, that sucks. You know?
I mean, hot take. as well. Another one just off the top of my head. Andre the Giant, maybe the most famous wrestler in the world. It can also be the worst wrestler in the world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think,
I think just the fact, I think maybe early on, like he was fine, but just later on, really defined who he was. 'Cause it's
yeah,
like he'd do a move and then lean on the ropes,
I
and I
think,
know
yeah, it was stuff that he couldn't control because of his health, his condition. He had the that condition that his body just kept growing and growing and growing, and it was just overcoming his condition, his stamina. But when you see stuff from when he was in Japan back in the 70s, dude was doing drop kicks off the top rope.
what the hell am I looking? Like, is this AI? It's like no, this is a
This is some scary shit.
legit 7 foot monster jumping off the top rope like nothing.
With this big afro and just like
It's always something.
move.
It's always something in Japan. It's like those clips you see, like Giant Gonzalez, like Great Khali, and the Big Show doing like this.
Doing
Like
hurricane
what?
runs and shit.
What's in the water over there that you guys are
Yeah.
doing this?
Yeah, because I think my brother sent me a clip of Dusty Rhodes and Andre the Giant wrestling out there
Yeah,
back in the 70s. So they were both, rough looking as hell. Dusty, like, he did like a not a hurricane rana, but something similar to that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I was like, what? And Andre flipped. He sold it beautifully. I'm like, yeah, like you said, it looks like something you would see on AI. These two big dudes doing flippy stuff.
it'd be something like where people could do in video games where they edit the moveset. It's like all of a sudden, like Andre's doing tope con helos or fucking all this nonsense. Like this is not
Yeah,
the Andre I remember.
crazy. So it's like he really, if had his health stayed consistent and it didn't overcome him the way it did, who knows what we could have seen him
he
do.
he could have been legit the ninth. Then I was about to say that ninth, but the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, but at least he was aware,
He's just remembered for just how fucking big he was.
yeah, how big he was and how, he could just manhandle anybody, you know. I love the story of Andre, what Bret Hart told when he wrestled Andre in Paris.
Mm.
And Andre asked for the match. This is when he was still in the Hart Foundation. He was like, "Wait, I'm wrestling Andre," and Andre's like, "I got you, buddy," and he was like, there for the most part. He was gentle, but there was that point where he stood on his chest, that spot he would do, and he was like, I legit thought I was gonna die in that moment. But he
Uh,
also said, at the end of the day, he made me look like $1 million.
I was thinking of the other story that when Andre went to work for his father Stu, that like Brett had to be like on the watch, like Andre's like caretaker and make sure he gets to the airport the next day, and then
Yeah,
like swerving in and out of traffic trying to get into the fucking
funny.
airport on time.
That story was funny. Yeah. So like you just see like they had a long relationship going back to the Stampede days. So that was kind of like Andre's like thank you. And it's a shame that it happened in Paris and not here, but you can find the match online. I found it and I was like, holy crap, this is great. And it's word for word what Brett described the match is exactly what you're going to see in the video.
I mean,
Yeah.
another hot take, just because I was thinking about this for all this stuff too. So all of this was like building up. But the one I was thinking of the most was that if ECW never went like big time, they could still be in. They could have also stayed in business as well.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
just the fact that when they got uber popular and started going all over the world and doing pay per views, all that fun stuff, they shortened their lifespan.
Mhm.
And I'm not just
Yeah.
saying that because the wrestlers like like the Sandman's doing a line of coke or like fucking like people are doing like all these drugs nonsense. It's just the company lifespan could have lasted much longer if they just
Yeah.
stayed downsize or
Right.
downsize from what they were doing.
Yeah. Because they couldn't afford themselves anymore.
I mean, they were doing video games. They were like trying to do action figure, like all this stuff that costs money that they didn't have.
Exactly. It was too much too soon. They could
Too
have done that eventually had they, like you said, had they stayed at a certain level and just build themselves up naturally.
right.
They were very popular. We know this. We know they were freaking cultish kind of fan base
Yeah.
to this day. But
and we did cover them on the channel.
Right. And if you don't have the money coming in to pay for the stuff that you want to do, you're gonna find yourself drowning in debt. And that's exactly what happened.
Could have stayed on the East Coast for as long as they could, and then
Hmm.
because if you think about what it was like, what 90, it's like 90 to 2000, give or
Right.
take,
Yeah,
like
more or
10
less.
years, and they could have lasted, like, or
Yeah.
in a better sense, like they kept losing money every year after
They were
like maybe like
really,
97.
yeah, exactly. To the point where like, you know, who was it that was making t-shirts from his basement? Taz.
Yeah, you had your world champion doing merch, or like Dreamer was doing the website, or like
Yeah.
Bubba was doing the school,
And that's
like
fine.
all the top guys are doing backstage
Right.
stuff.
And that's fine for indie level because we see that. We see that with the indie level promotions where like some of the guys that work there do stuff behind the scenes to keep the company going. We see that. But when you're trying to be, you know, a top dog, trying to compete with WWE, WWF, and WCW at the time, you want to be that top three, you have to hire people to do that stuff.
I will say
You
there should be a certain limit on that. Like, I don't want all my roster to be like, okay, you're gonna be the merch department. You're gonna be
know?
like you're gonna be social media. Like, it's
Yeah,
like
they're gonna
if
keep
I
running.
it should be people also outside the business that know
Yeah,
what the hell they're doing that at least are on a
right.
team. Like nowadays, like you see that with a lot of promotions
Yes.
where it's like
Now they actually
a wrestler will be behind said promotion, but it's gonna be a team of
right.
outsiders that know what they're
Exactly.
doing.
Professionals, right.
Right.
Exactly.
But
Absolutely.
but I mean, again, like with the WCW thing, ECW could have been a solid third. Like, stay around it. Now, if they stayed around, would there be a Ring of Honor? Probably not. Probably not.
Um,
Probably CZW would not be a thing.
yeah, because I think that like when you look at the promotions that came up after WCW and ECW got bought out, Ring of Honor kind of took that place of ECW.
Right.
CZW, yeah, those two, because you had these out of control matches sometimes. Then you had TNA that was the WCW. And
Right.
the history was there already because of NWA, right? So
I was about to say
yeah,
they were trying to be a mixture of both.
NWA, TNA, right? So yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty on board with your hot takes.
Not, not, Nothing been amiss so far with anything I've said.
No, no, not at all. I don't think so. I don't really see anything that you've said that's got me like clutching my pearls. No.
I mean, I was thinking about this one. This is all with respect because I love this wrestler, but Owen Hart is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
We'll never know.
Like, I feel like he gets in regard because of what he did, but I think it was cut short that he could have done so much more.
Yeah, we'll never know because of how his life ended so tragically. And I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, he's just getting in because they feel they're responsible for his death."
Yeah,
And
but
that's one of the reasons why uh Martha refuses to let them
induct him.
induct them because she's like,
More specifically, the WWE Hall of Fame.
right. Yeah. I mean, I could see him being inducted into like other wrestling Hall of Fames, like the Cauliflower one, the
Yeah,
Cauliflower.
I think she's allowed that,
Yeah.
but let
But
me ask.
WWE.
But just asking you, when you look at his body of work, like,
Mhm.
is it first ballot?
I wouldn't say it's first ballot. I mean, listen, the guy did some great stuff. He really did. When you really look back at the stuff that he did, like when he was, the King of Hearts, and when he joined the Nation, and his feud with his brother. I mean, they put on these clinics. You know, he
He's definitely in that conversation like world champions that should have been.
he could have been a he could have definitely been a world champion, even if it was transitional.
Right.
If he and Brett
Funny enough, like the Sami Zayn thing, but if you give it more time.
exactly like he and Brett could have bounced the belts around. You know?
Would it have been interesting that WrestleMania 10, it's like little brother holds the world title that big brother wants to get
I
back.
know. Exactly. And it's just crazy because it's like they have Brett Russell twice on that damn show.
Right, and we had that stupid Luger Yoko match again.
When it could have just been Brett and Owen,
I mean, if you want to do Luger and Yoko at Mania,
brother.
that's all fine and dandy, but
Right.
you're like addition from subtraction. Like you're adding the best possible world main event title match with Brett versus Owen, but you're getting rid of the best opening match in WrestleMania history too.
Yes, because
So
that's
like
that.
you're substituting the first match for the last
Yeah.
match.
I mean, opening up WrestleMania 10 with Brett versus Owen was genius. You know,
Right.
I would have been like, all right, I can go home now.
I don't know whether there's a ladder match later on the show, but then it
That
was
should be the
like,
ladder match. Yeah, that could have been the second match, and I could have gone home from there after that. Like whatever.
yeah.
Rest of the
But
show, I don't care.
yeah,
But
but I mean, like again, like I love Owen, and I wish that we could have seen more. But I just think, well, I can say that just when you look at his body of work, unfortunately, it's
yeah,
just
because once he became the Blue Blazer again, once they made him become the Blue Blazer again, I feel like that was almost like they were punishing him for what happened with Brett. They're like,
well,
oh, just with the
from
stupid
what,
Blue Blazer. I mean, the Blue Blazer gimmick was great in Japan, but what he was like, it just became very. It was just mid in WWE, WWF.
but I just
They
think
didn't treat him like a main eventer.
I think the issue was with that was like they wanted him to do certain things where it's like, hey, like we want you to start having a interest in Deborah on screen, but he's a
Yeah,
family man who didn't want to do any
you
of
know,
that bullshit. So it's like,
right.
so like he said, like from what his wife said that he chose to say, like, listen, I'll go back to the Blue Blazers. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like sorry. All Owen wanted to do was wrestle. He didn't want to be in those stupid storylines. Like you
He
never
wanted to
really saw
wrestle,
him.
save enough money, and then happily retire to watch his kids grow up.
Yeah, like just let him team up with Jeff Jarrett. Like, they were great together as a
Yeah.
faction, as a team. Like just why we gotta have this whole stupid drama mix in there? Like he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler's wrestler. Let him wrestle.
I mean, shit. If the Austin thing wasn't as popular as it was, you could have believably said at WrestleMania 14, Shawn and Owen in the main event.
Yeah. God,
The
that would
the,
have.
the, the, the Blackheart's redemption.
Oh my god, amazing match. That would have been an amazing match. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, when you look at his body of work, his matches were freaking great. I mean, the match he had with the 1, 2, 3 Kid,
Right.
with that crazy drop kick in the beginning, just nuts. Like the stuff that he would do is like, can you imagine if Owen Hart was prime today? The matches he would put on.
I mean, if he would have been all the contingent of like not doing that stupid stunt, if he kept going through 99, the matches he could have had with Kurt Angle on screen,
Oh
Chris
man,
Jericho, Edge and Christian,
man. So many
the
matches.
the Hardys,
Eddie Guerrero.
Benoit,
Oh my
Malenko,
god.
Saturn, like those guys.
Such great matches that could have been, and we can't ever see them because of the tragedy that happened. Ugh, it just makes me sick. When they were recapping it on the TNA episode of Dark Side of the Ring, oh my god,
Yeah,
oh my god, I felt sick to my stomach all over again.
yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, again, talented dude. But if we're talking about people to put in the Hall of Fame, I think unfortunately he's at the bottom.
yeah, because since him, there have been a lot of other contenders that have come along.
I mean, it does it annoy me that Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame slightly because he what has he really fucking done? Was he just walked out with a bird?
I mean, the guy was talented though at the end of the day, but the gimmick with the bird was just because when him and Owen were a tag team, they were freaking great.
Yeah. But again, when you think of the Hall of Fame, you have to put talent aside. You have to look at their
Yeah,
accolades, so like what
yeah,
they've done, their
no,
whole body
absolutely.
of work.
I think WWE does give the Hall of Fame to some guys almost like a participation trophy. Like you were with us, you were
That
in
and
this era, yeah. So all right, let's give it to you.
I mean, they do get
Have
it
a
right
photo.
sometimes. It's just that it just shows you. Or I always put it as whoever's on the nice list and who's not bashing me at the time could go in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Good point. Definitely, I think so. You never heard Coco ever say anything negative about WWF
Never.
ever. I mean, you never really he's alive, right?
Yes.
Okay, you never really even see him do an interview, shoot interview, something like that. Like as far as I know,
I mean, if he talks about WWE, it's always in a positive way. He never says anything bad.
I mean, I can't see him ever having a negative experience. He just seemed like he when you watch his stuff, he was having fun.
Yeah.
You know, he was having fun. Like
He was never going to be world champion.
a bird, do a little bird dance with him, and that's it. It was
But
cute. It was cute.
yeah,
You know, he was perfect for that era.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
All right.
mean, hot takes. I mean, Jr. and Jerry Lawler are the best announced team in wrestling
Yeah, I think that's
over Gorilla and Bobby.
yeah. See, that's that. Like if you don't, when you bring that up, you're like shit.
Because like
Because they're
Gorilla and Bobby were very entertaining, but it was just like
they
when you
were,
watch a match, they were never really calling
they were too busy with
everything.
their inside jokes and stuff. I mean, in terms of the entertaining factor, they were great because they just fed off each other. Bobby would say something stupid, and Gorilla would be like, "Will you stop?"
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke. It was like we like Bobby would be like, "Oh, did you see that the boss man's lost some weight? His mother found it. Will you stop?"
They were like a vaudeville act.
Exactly.
They were an act. That's what I felt like. They were an act. Their purpose was to have, comedy and levity during a match. Whereas JR and
Jerry.
King Jerry were very much polar opposites. Totally 100%. Where
Yeah.
JR would be focused on the match, calling the match, super serious, and then Jerry will be he'll call the match too.
Yeah.
He'll do it, but then he'll always have something ridiculous to throw in there,
Right.
and then JR will be like,
Like the one that sticks out to me is like in the 2000 Rumble when Taka and Funaki kept running out, running in the Royal Rumble match itself,
yeah.
and then like and this is my fault. I should have. I don't know what nationalities they are, but J Law would like constantly confuse them for another nationality. And Jay would be like, "That's not what they are, King."
Yeah, he would always refer to Chinese stuff like Chinese food and stuff like that, and they're Japanese.
And there goes the little Koreans. They're not Korean, King.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Or it'd be something like when the divas come out, and Jay's like, "Oh my God, look at them!" Look at them. Jay like, and Jay's like, You're very lonely, aren't you?"
Always whooping it up. Puppies, puppies. Oh my god, the puppies. Man.
Jerry, you know something about divorce attorneys, huh? What do you mean?
Yeah. Jerry.
There's always something. But I think that's what makes a good commentary team is like two polar opposites.
Yeah, you need that.
I
You
mean, a
need
cowboy and a king.
a cowboy and a king. Right, exactly. But both Southern.
Right. And then you just have Gorilla and Bobby, who, again,
Just
like, very entertaining, but, like, when you're watching a match, you tend to be distracted by them than watch the match itself.
right. You can't help but laugh at their hijinks. I mean, we could say maybe the worst commentator ever was Vince McMahon. What a maneuver!
Oh my God. Just,
Oh my god! Oh,
uh,
there he goes!
but I mean, there's just gotta be some charm to it, though, right? At least you can remember, like, that's what Vince, as a commentator, was.
I just laugh at it was a clip, and I could actually remember word for word what he would say because he would repeat the same thing over and over. It was just the same 5 sentences that he would just say throughout.
Right. It'd be like, oh my God, or like, what a maneuver. Like, so, what a maneuver.
And then what was the other one? What was it? Some he would call a body part. I forgot what it was. Anyway, but it was just like, dude. It's like he just had like a script in front of him, literally just reading the lines.
He had his
I'm like,
5 catchphrases that he was like, I need to make sure I remember them.
exactly. He never really had any quick witted ad libs in there.
And there would be those occasional moves that say, "Oh, like, that's a nice back suplex," and it's like that. And meanwhile, it's not a back suplex, or like it's
Okay.
like, oh, he's working the leg. Meanwhile, it's like he's working the arm, like some
Like
stupid
the color
shit.
of elbow.
But it was always funny when it was like
First
the
flip it to the corner.
heartbreaking shot. Like he would go like nuts for his big favorites.
Of course, yeah, that was always, and otherwise he'd be like, "Oh, okay, oh."
Here
And if
comes
it
the
wasn't,
ultimate warrior.
and if it weren't for like Jesse the Body Ventura or Bobby Heenan being or Lord Alfred Hayes,
My God,
he was funny because I never knew if he was a face or a heel.
who Vince?
No, Lord Alfred Hayes, because
Oh,
sometimes he seemed like he was a face, and other times he will come out with some petty ass line. You're like,
my
dude,
lord, that is one big man. There's like some, like yeah, like, he really like under
British.
his breath, he'd be like, really?
I did love those little. I don't know if you remember watching stuff like this when they would have them like corresponding backstage, where they would sit at a desk and they would do a report with either him or Sean Mooney, and they would act like anchors basically, and talk about stuff that happened and house shows and stuff that happened that never
Right,
really happened. They just made it up because
of course.
and I miss that. Like that would be something cool to have again in wrestling. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes we
but
kind of
you don't have personalities like a Bobby. It's like, I mean, oh, did you see that nice haircut that Mooney got? You know, I totally missed it too.
like like AEW has RJ City. They could do that with him.
Yeah,
You know,
Renee too.
RJ,
Like they have
and
like
then
some.
they have that auntie.
I just feel like with WWE, it always comes off as bullying if they try to do it.
Yeah, WWE does. They don't have the personalities now to do something like that.
Like, funny enough, last night as an example, like Kathy Kelly was backstage, and she was going to pitch it to like Joe and Steph, and then it went to Michael Cole and Wade, and he was like, "Hey, great job, Kathy. That's not who you're supposed to pitch it to." It's like,
Who's that?
that
Way
was,
said that.
that was like in the vein of like what he said. It was like, oh, like that was a little harsh.
Just right backstage, like
She's
shit.
a little flub, but it was like that was probably who she would have told to fucking pitch it to.
Put it in her ear, and then she said it, and then they ended up going the other way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Like it's funny when you see it in, like when Taz does it
Oh my.
or Nike McGuinness. Yo, because Taz be going off sometimes. And you'd be like, why are you yelling? Who are you yelling at? He was yelling on Wednesday, and I'm like, what's he so angry about? He's always getting like hyped up and yelling at Tony.
Modern wrestling commentator is not as good as back then.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, like I love Nigel. I think Nigel is probably one of the best right now because he has his one-liners that you're like, yo,
He was definitely good when during that Mariah May Tony
um,
Storm feud. He'd be like,
yeah,
"Oh, that lovely Mariah is just like a twinkle into my
it's,
eye,"
oh my
and
lord,
Tony's like, "What a
exactly.
bitch."
Yeah, what a bitch.
It's
Talk
not,
already, bitch. Come on, speak.
and not just like Tony, watch your tongue.
Like Tony, jeez. Tony has his moments too. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, where did this come from, bro? And I feel like Excalibur just calls it straight down. Like
He's trying to be straight faced,
he's
even
trying
with
to
a
be the
mask
straight
on.
and
But it's just
yeah, yeah. But and he I'll give him when he starts to promote stuff and he's not taking a breath and he's just and I'm like, wow, dude, you're good. And a lot of people don't think he's a great commentator. I think he's good.
yeah. I mean,
He calls the matches really well.
that just shows you a different era. But I mean, is there any other hot takes before we?
Well, I got a
Because I
couple
mean,
of more
all right,
here.
let's go through.
I have one from my other friend Mike, who says, "I know it's a very
Is cheating on
unpopular."
me? Carry on.
I know it is a very unpopular opinion, but I never liked The Undertaker. I hated the dead man walking gimmick, but I loved the American Badass gimmick.
Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. I mean, we could cover him as a separate, but I mean, that gimmick should have never worked.
Hmm.
I mean, the Undertaker. What does he do? Well, what is he? A zombie
Right.
that wrestles,
Yeah. In the beginning, it was weird.
right? And then I don't know how I feel about the whole vignettes of him like in the shack in the woods, or like him like carving out the caskets. Like, oh, like Paul being like, oh, this is the special sauce for you. Come on. It's like, okay. It's like I don't
See,
believe this man, this 6'10" man is making a giant coffin for another person.
for me, I love Taker only because like I said earlier, I'm a horror buff, so I'm into that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Um, and the more evil he got, the more I loved him. When he was the demonic, and I know he hated being the demonic taker, but when he was the demonic taker, oh my god,
Do you mean the ministry taker?
yeah, the Ministry of Darkness taker, like he was
Mm.
just demonic as hell.
Yeah.
I freaking loved it. I ate that up like it was ice cream, man. It was just,
I
he was
think
just,
there was definitely a line that they
yeah, there
definitely
were,
crossed.
they definitely crossed lines, but I just absolutely loved it. I loved it. I loved everything he was doing up until it became the corporate ministry. Then I'm like, oh, okay, this is trash.
Yeah, but then
Um,
that kind of sped the process of him, or at least made him think I can't do this gimmick long
right.
enough. Where like I need to change it to now. It's like funny enough, just like a guy from Texas that loves
Yeah.
motorcycles and loves listening to Limp Bizkit
And Kid Rock.
and Kid Rock.
And I hated every second of it. I hated the haircut. I hated it all. Yeah, he looked cool, but I hated it because because he was trying to show the human side of himself. And I'm like, if that's the human side of you, no, I don't like you
It's
both.
funny enough when he got the ability or the chance to talk more, it was like oh,
Yeah.
because let's be real, a lot of it was fucking hit or miss.
Yeah, it was definitely, and I just feel like I didn't vibe with that whole gimmick change,
What was the line? He said, "I may not dress as the devil anymore, but I'm still down with Satan himself." It's like,
and I'm like, yeah, no, you're not, buddy.
uh, and
Super Christian.
the fucking chew too, like
Yeah,
it was.
this it just did nothing for me. And then once he kind of like evolved into like a combination of both over the years, okay, I could work with that more. When he started bringing more of that dark side back and grew the hair back out, and but still kept that genuine, authentic Southern boy kind of thing going on. But yeah, I will I'll never forget when he came out with the short haircut, and a friend of mine called me, and she's a big metalhead. She's all about the longer the hair, the better kind of metalhead, you know. And she called me crying
When he shaved he went short hair,
when he cut the hair
2000,
short,
2002.
started wearing the bandana, you know. She called me crying, like I cannot believe he cut his hair. What is he doing? Like it was like, what are you doing, bro? Like put it back on. He looked great with the short haircut too. And like I said, he looked great. The whole look, it works for him. But the gimmick itself was so, for me, it just, I did not resonate with it whatsoever.
It was also hard to like expend your disbelief in saying like he has magical powers then. Because then they do the thing of him, like when he lifts his arms up, lightning would strike or fire would come out of nowhere.
The lightning bolts, I love that crap. I'm like, this is awesome.
Right, but then it's also like when you
Just
like because once that's over, then it's like now it's time to go back to our regularly scheduled programming, and then it's like time for the wrestling.
yeah, exactly. And then like to go from that to like, I'm just a dude riding a motorcycle,
No
chewing.
power, no more powers.
Yeah, you know, listening to American Badass by Kid Rock.
I got a wife. Her name's on
I'm
my.
MAGA.
Oh yeah, I have a wife that I have her name on my throat that's no longer there.
I had to cover it up.
I can only imagine that fucking must have hurt.
I
Oh
can't
my
even imagine
god.
how much that has to. Because if you hit your throat, you're like, oh, that's like constantly like, you know,
That two
digging
artist,
into skin.
that tattoo artist should have given him shit. You really got her name tattooed there, buddy?
Like, you sure about that? Like, you know what? Tattoo artists don't give a damn. They get
Oh
paid.
yeah,
You
they'll
want
still
to
give
put
you a look.
you want to put a penis on your forehead? All right, cool.
Any others?
I did have one. I didn't write it, but I still remember it in my head. And I was like, holy shit, this is a smoking hot take in my opinion.
All right, so this will be the last one, and then we'll
Well, but
sign
I have
off.
one more after that, and then we
Okay, then.
decide.
Gotcha.
But this one, I was, you know what? I'll read the other one and then I'll give the smoking hot take. In my opinion, a smoking hot take. But this one came from my brother. He's like, "You want my hot take? Dangerous Alliance WCW was better than NWO WCW. The NWO was transformative for the business, but the Dangerous Alliance WCW showcased the best of WCW on both of the sides of the faces and heels. Not just the heels, as what happened with the NWO. They killed it when they brought Bill Watson."
I agree. I that one. You know what? Yes, and you know what it is too. It wasn't this big fucking thing. It was just
Right.
4 to 5 people.
All great.
Rude Austin, a young Austin,
Right.
uh, Bobby Arn, and Zabisco
Yeah. So you
with
had like the
Medusa,
veterans
and then Heyman as the voice.
as the voice. It was a great group, you know?
Yeah.
And I think about it, that really is what put Steve Austin on the map.
Right. I mean, we'll do one step further. I think stables such as the NWO, DX, and even Bullet Club make wrestling look cheap, or like not cheap. Make wrestling look silly.
It could at times. It could. It could definitely at times.
Because I think there's certain things too when you look at certain segments of theirs, they demean whoever they're going against and make them look stupid.
Right.
Like
They're bullies. It's
which in
like I'm
wrestling you're not supposed to do.
yeah, and it's like, I get it. They are heels. So yeah, they're gonna be bullies in a way. I get that. But
There's certain things
sometimes
when they bring up certain weaknesses of the others that makes
yeah,
the baby
or
face.
it just comes off very juvenile.
Yeah.
Especially like DX. DX came off so juvenile half the time. Like you looked at this moment, it was like ha 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 ha. But then you look back and you're like, what the hell? These grown ass men acting like this for?
It never was serious when it came to them.
Right.
Even the
Yeah.
Bullet Club too. Like
Yeah.
they would do imitations of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. They were basically. It's. I was laughing because again, my brother and I were talking over this clip of the outsiders in Japan. They went to Japan.
Like later on in the 2000s.
Yeah, in the 2000s, and somebody in the comments said the outsiders are like the Bullet Clubs. What?
I wish we could play some music. I wish
Like,
it'd be like,
like sweet summer child.
if only you knew.
If only you knew.
And maybe you do know, you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Like,
But
like just if you could just pat him on the head. Yeah.
good job.
Good job, buddy.
Not for nothing. If they were close enough. Like I mean, they were still around when the boat club started, so they could have been fucking members. So not for nothing.
Yes, pretty much. They could have been the senior members, the founding members or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's funny because you kind of still see it now in AEW with the dogs and the Bang Bang Gang because the roots are there, right?
But I would say it's not to the extent of what
No.
it was. I mean, the Bullet Club was as as you remember, like they were high. They were
Yes, they were.
on the
Right?
highest of highs, and not just because of like the best wrestlers being associated, but it was just the fact of their skits, their comedy, everything they did outside the ring that made them like
Everybody
super
wore
popular.
their damn shirts. I mean, I wasn't even aware who they were, and I just kept saying Bullet Club shirt. I thought it was like a gun thing until
Another
I
MAGA thing.
until I learned. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a wrestling faction out in Japan. All right, cool. Like and they were inspired by EWO.
I mean, not for nothing. I have a Bullet Club shirt in my closet. If I were to wear that now, I can only imagine the amount of attraction I would get. It'd be like, oh, you see, what's great about that now is that it's gonna be a good thing for America. Fuck.
You're like, this is not what you think it is.
This is wrestling. Oh, even
Like,
better.
yeah, or they'll tell you, oh, the fake stuff.
But yeah, aside from that, I'm sorry, but the Dangerous Alliance, yeah. No, I mean, Yeah, like I miss old factions like that, like the Horsemen, them. I mean, the
Like
Shield was fine as well. I think it's like stables that are like, like small.
small, right? Like
When the
three to
NWO has fucking 70 members,
yeah.
and the Bullet Club was almost going crazy with that nonsense. But when
Yeah,
you look
now we
like
have
a
the
DX,
Cows family.
but not for nothing, the Cows family gives off old school vibes. That's not meant to
They
be
do.
comedy. It's just a
They do.
weird
I,
man
I
and
mean,
his grown wrestler,
children.
grown physical specimens of wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, it does. They do have their comedy aspect, but they do it. I be honest with you, they do it well. Like those little backstage segments where, like, I mean, he's injured now, but when Josh Alexander would like grab the camera and would start talking shit into the camera, and in the
Right,
background you see Lance Archer and Rocky Romero and Hechiseto beating the crap out of people backstage, just randomly out of nowhere, or when they did that with the golf course
right.
where Callis and Ricochet are talking, and in the background you see Jake something and Mark Davis beating the hell out of the caddy.
I remember early on when I was like when Callis used to just like read off their stats, be like, "Oh, like Kanosuke Takeshi was like 6'4", 240 pounds." Like that's very
It
old school because like
feels
nowadays you
like
don't get
Bobby Heenan and family.
exactly
Mm-hmm.
right. So yeah, I mean, the Dangerous Alliance is one of those underrated factions that
It really is. It really
doesn't
is.
get the spotlight it deserves.
It doesn't at all. It doesn't at all. And I think a lot of people, like I said earlier, a lot of people don't realize that's really the start of Steve Austin. You know, he was just a dude that would come out with Lady Blossom and his little robe, acting like a nature boy. But once he became part of the Dangerous Alliance, it just solidified him. Like, oh wait, who is this guy that Paulie Dangerously is like vouching for? And from there on, he became, the real true stunning Steve, and then he started teaming up with Brian, became the Hollywood Blondes, and then went to ECW and just really took off from there, and then on to WWE.
It's one of those funny things where like when I watched the Stone Cold documentary and he talked about his debut in WCW and he heard the announcer saying from Hollywood, California, he looked around and goes,
Huh?
"Who the fuck? Since when am I from?" And like he has that thick like Texas accent. He's like, "Who the fuck told him I'm from Los Angeles, California?" It's like, yeah, this doesn't match.
But it doesn't match. But with the stunning Steve gimmick, I could see how they would try to make him
No,
come
yeah, of
from.
course. But just when he talked, you'd be like, yeah, I don't buy him from fucking California.
Like the Undertaker's from Death Valley, and the Ultimate Warrior was from parts unknown. God.
But yeah, I like that one. I like that take because I was thinking about because when I was trying to think of, like the NWO, DX, even Bullet Club,
Yeah.
like again, like they made a shit ton of money off merch, but it was just one of those things in wrestling that they just left such a mark of. Like, again, like we brought the bully factor. It's like
Yeah.
just like wrestlers just being jerks.
I mean, but you have to admit, people still talk about these factions to this day.
Yeah. And I mean,
Mhm.
I think well, aside from the NWO, because the NWO was always heels, except for maybe like the Wolfpack, they like had their babyface runs,
You did have a little bit of a baby face tweener kind of, yeah.
but it was just all like just supposed to be like fun for them. It was always like just so they could have like a ha ha during their matches or
Yeah,
like going
exactly.
before shows.
It would just be so silly. Like I laughed at I'm sure you've seen that meme where it's like when the regular teacher is absent and then the substitute
And you get a
teacher
substitute, yeah, like all hell breaks loose.
and all of them are in the ring just being clowns the whole time.
Right.
I love like I'm like exactly how they will come off. They will come off as a class that would be crazy and chaotic when it was a substitute teacher because we all went through that. We all saw that.
So, what is the hottest take then that you're saving as our finale?
So I was like, holy shit. Okay. Chris Jericho is overrated and he never should have been world champion.
Agreed.
Whoa.
I think overrated. Maybe he's like a fine professional wrestler. Maybe good, maybe great. Is he the greatest of all time? Not really.
I mean, I don't think he's the greatest of all time, but he's fucking fantastic in my opinion.
No, he's
And
fantastic. But then it's also when you throw in he shouldn't have. Now they said that he should have been the undisputed champion, or like he should never have been champion at all.
Universal champion.
So I'm assuming it means undisputed. So
Yeah,
they shouldn't have had him beat The Rock and Stone Cold at the same night.
I guess
Deal.
so. Yeah.
Because I mean, I can look back at that and say, yeah, I would have had Kurt. If I was booking, Kurt Angle would have been that for
I
me.
mean, I don't. Yeah, I was watching at the time. I was just floored by the fact that they said he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated at all. Even to this day, I mean, people still like, oh, you know what? For a man of his age, he could still do things that other men his age can't do. You know, and when you look at his work in Japan, you look at his work in ECW, you look at his work in the early days of WCW, throughout his career, the dude was great, and not just in the ring. His promo work is fantastic. His comedy work is fantastic. His heel work is fantastic. His face work is fantastic.
I mean, yeah, I'm not.
He built himself
Again,
in so many different roles. I mean, I just hate that Painmaker shit. But like every time he would evolve himself, I mean, if you want to say the last couple of years could be a little bit stuff that he's done has been overrated. Yes, the whole
mom, dad went into the makeup kit again.
yeah. Oh God, that's what I'm saying. When he turned and looked into the camera and he had the makeup on, I'm like, no, we're not doing this. I'd rather you bring back.
I mean, not for nothing. If you're not having the shits from whatever you ate, you would have the shits just looking at that like, Jesus, God, come
I
on.
don't know, man. I was like, crap. This, like, come on, damn it. This better be the last match between these two.
Now it's to the point I was like, I hate this feud now. I
Like,
don't know.
crap.
Like, damn it.
Like shit. But to label him as a overrated wrestler overall, you burning down the house right now with that shit.
But you know what? That just shows you that's a hot take. Because again, I appreciate what Jericho has done, but it's in the sense of he has a place in wrestling, but do I put him over others? Not all of them.
Yeah,
He's
but
definitely,
is he over?
I think he's definitely in the middle. Like if there was like a top 100 list of greatest wrestlers, he'd be maybe 50.
But is he overrated?
Now,
Looking at his skills, is he overrated?
what would you define as overrated?
Like he's just not as good as everybody says he is. That's overrated to me.
Again, it's
I mean, I know it's subjective, but
right.
I mean, when you look at him and you look at other wrestlers compared to him that are overrated, how can you call him overrated?
See, that one's tough to like kind of fight or at least argue about.
Yeah.
Because again, like he fits the upper tier of best wrestlers of all time. But like when you talk about the goats, it's definitely close. Or like I mean, again, like you have to look his longevity at this point. He's still going,
I
but
mean, listen, Jericho will always be in the conversation.
oh yeah, of course. I think that I agree with that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. He will
And,
always be in the conversation no matter what.
yeah, that one is really a head scratcher because that one. Because I have my own personal opinion about him, and you have your own, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
And it's that when you say overrated, that's definitely one of those. It's a strong word.
It is a strong word. Like I was like, wow. Like I would never, ever, ever classify him as an overrated wrestler. You know?
I mean, this one I think we also. I would honestly open this up to the. We always open everything to the comment section, but I would definitely want to hear from the comment section about this one
Mm-hmm.
because Chris Jericho is definitely one of those divisive. That's the right word to use. Like one of those divisive wrestlers where, like, you remember some of his good moments, but then it's like you also remember some of his bad moments.
Yeah, and listen, all wrestlers have their good and bad.
And not everybody's perfect.
Right. They're all gonna have their bad moments. And he's had his stinkers, and I'm sure he probably looks back and goes, damn, that was pretty bad. Especially in the last few years trying to stay,
Relevant.
relevant. Like the learning tree could have gone somewhere. It could have gone somewhere had they gone if they would have, kind of like, how do I explain it? Like when he started being really like dark towards the end before he took his break, I was like, okay, wait, this is good. This might go somewhere. But then he took his break for whatever reason, and we just never will know what could have transpired because it just ended abruptly, and now Bill is off.
One of those back in the other company.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like the whole time when they were feuding with the ops, when the ops were still face, and put Joe through the wall, and I was like, whoa, okay, where are we
I,
going with
I
this Dark Jericho?
I think the issue for Jericho modern day is, and then we'll close the episode. It's just that I think that there needs to be someone in the back that says, "Okay, like, let's cut this short."
I
I think
think,
it's just that when he keeps going with something like the Jericho Appreciation Society, that went on a little too long. The Inner Circle went a
yeah,
little too long. The
yes,
Learning Tree went a little too long.
he really, yeah, he'll burn you out. I think him coming back as a face was the best thing he could have done
Yeah,
for
yeah,
himself. Because as a face, people are going, people don't want to see him as a heel. I think I'm really convinced that people just don't want to see him at this stage of his career as a heel because him trying to be heel, it's fucking exhausting. Like you said, he just overruns the course. Like you're just like, dude, all right, like enough. But him as a face, he's just more laid back. He's more chill.
yeah.
You just you take him for face value, basically.
Right.
Like, all right, Jericho, he's a legend, and he's got his possibly his final run, I would think. And he's just gonna have some pretty good matches right now. And he has the matches he has is coming back. Have been pretty good. His feud with Ricochet has some really good matches. He's had some good stuff with Champa. I mean that's really and the whole thing with the at Double or Nothing was fun. Like he's having fun. Let him just end his career on a fun note.
Right. And again, wrestling fans are not stupid, so we don't know like he's getting older. He's getting limited in what he can do. So if he can bust out some old things like the lion salt once in a blue moon, that's fine.
The Frankensteiner off the top row.
Yeah, but it's just like
Do that, and then
wrestling fans don't want to see this guy hurt himself for the sake of like I need to do it for
yeah,
just to be over. And it's just that and nobody I have seen nobody saying he needs another world title run.
right.
Let him
Absolutely.
let him work with the newer guys. I mean, I still want to see him work with the Swerve because that's one of the newer guys he
Yeah.
has not locked up with. I mean,
I think that would be a nice fun little, uh tit for tat kind of feud.
fucking hip hop or rap, whatever you want to call Swerve against the
Hmm.
Rockstar. I mean, shit,
Yeah, right. The rap mogul against the rock star. Yeah,
it'd be funny too
absolutely.
if they do concerts just to see to see
Yeah,
who does
that would
better.
that would be super fun. And
But
yeah,
overrated. I
you
mean,
know, just not
yeah.
that hard. Like, for me, overrated would be like Triple H was overrated, in my opinion. He was overrated in the ring,
Mm,
you know,
see, like
or
in
like
that sense, like if I feel like you have if you guys use the word overrated, I it's such a strong word, but it's just
it is.
if you want to say like he's better than somebody else, then it's like okay, then we need to go like we need to have a conversation like who do you feel he's better than?
Like the Ultimate Warrior was overrated.
Yes, like he's fucking better than the Ultimate Warrior, Goldberg. Uh,
Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Brock Lesnar is overrated.
yes, there you
Actually, you
go.
know what? I'll give you my hot take. 'Cause I haven't really put in a hot take. Shelton Benjamin should have gotten Brock's spot.
Mm.
And the only reason he never got it is because he's a black man.
See, now you just opened another can of worms.
He's
A
far
different
more
can of
talented.
worms.
I mean, the dude is far more talented than Brock ever was.
Right.
He
I
has
mean,
all the Brock's talent in this pinky finger. You know what I mean? Like, dude was phenomenal. He looks. I mean, to this day, you look at him and you're like, holy shit, he hasn't aged in 20 something years. He's still
what do people say? Black don't crack.
black don't crack, and not only that, but like he moves and like, dude is like he's consistently. goes in the ring and he's consistent since 2002. He has been a consistent worker in the ring. He should have been further up the pole in WWE.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you mean like when you talk about the Brock push, more like
yeah.
he should have been the king of the ring. He should have been winning rumbles, world titles, of course.
And the only reason why Brock got the push is because he's a big blonde, blue-eyed man.
Yeah.
And that was Vince McMahon's dream.
Oh.
He's like, almost.
No. I'm gonna have to step in there because we know what Vince does in his spare time. I don't need to be reminded of the toys or like what the names were.
But I was gonna go a different historical path.
Yeah, he saw Brock was like he thought he had another Hogan, another Warrior.
Right. Meanwhile, like he completely overlooked the talent of Shelton the whole time. The whole time, Shelton was right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we definitely went long on this episode, but I think it's well deserved because again, when you talk about hot takes, it's a debatable topic in the world of wrestling because you can't just because if you say your hot take, you immediately get questioned.
Right.
Why do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Well, because of this.
I mean, we could go all day for this. I mean, we could turn this into a series.
And also, if we do, please have hot takes, no questions.
And no factual information. We know.
But we definitely want to see some audience participation in the comments where what your thoughts on our hot takes, or if you have a hot take of your own, please share it.
Please share.
Please do share. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for New York Wrestle Media. Ari, tell us, share our socials.
Yes. Our socials. You can find us on Instagram at History and Headlocks. You can find us on Facebook under History and Headlocks. Our YouTube podcast is under New York Wrestle Media. And we are on all the podcast outlets. Just look up New York Wrestle Media. You'll find us. We are everywhere.
Exactly. And as far as next episode, as we can talk about before we sign off.
Remember off that way.
Yeah, this is where I have to go back. But we get to have a little fun with this one. We get to have a nice day.
Ooh.
Because our next episode, we're going to talk about the career of the one and only Mick Foley. Mr. Foley's baby boy is being covered on this show.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're going to talk about his start and pretty much how one person can define or make three distinct, interesting characters last forever in the world of wrestling, and all his fun stuff outside of the world, in the regular world with his books and all this fun stuff.
Yes, his he does like one-man shows.
Yeah, I've heard mixed stuff about that. We'll talk about that on the next episode.
Mick.
Yeah. But until then, please again like, comment, subscribe. We do want to see comments on this video if anybody has a hot take, but definitely follow all our socials. As we said, History and Headlocks, one word on Instagram, and then Facebook, History and Headlocks. But until then, class is dismissed.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so then I'm gonna have.
Sit, turn, type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.